Wow. Hey. Good evening. My name is Morag Butler. Welcome to Roslyn Court. This evening we have Joe Solo, supported by Steve Gamble here. And they're all playing here as a benefit for a charity called We Shall Overcome. And the whole thing was organised by Clive Armstrong, who's at the back here. I'd like a round of applause for Clive Armstrong. Really fantastic. Yes. Everybody here is in the raffle. Anyone at home, if you contribute to the live chat, and there is some live chat happening already, or if you donate to We Shall Overcome, then you will be put into the raffle. You can win a Joe Solo CD, or, even better, Who Gives a Crap toilet roll, which is a wonderful organisation that donates half of its profits to toilet charities, water charities. So, great, good. Donate, please. That's what the whole evening is all about. If you can. I know you can't. If you can't, then just chat. Shut up, Morag. If you buy cake here, any of you, if you buy cake here, the money goes to a charity called Folk for Refugees. Okay? Just to let you know. I'm going to sing you a song now, so it's time for you at home to go to the toilet or put the kettle on or something. And the people here, you can join in the chorus because it's got a chorus. It's a famous song by Jim Steinman, and I'm singing it because sadly we lost Meatloaf this week, and so I know you're probably fed up with Meatloaf songs this week, but anyway, this is me doing a Meatloaf song. Baby, you can talk all night, but that ain't getting us nowhere. I've told you everything that I possibly can. There's nothing left inside of me, and baby, you can cry all night. That won't change the way I feel. The snow is really piling up outside. I wish you wouldn't make me leave. I poured it on and I poured it out. I tried to show you how much I care, but I'm tired of words and I'm too hoarse to shout. But you've been cold to me so long, I'm crying icicles instead of tears. And all I can do is keep on telling you I want you, I need you. But there ain't no way I'm ever gonna love you. Don't be sad, 'cause 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Don't be sad, 'cause 2 out of 3 ain't bad. You know you'll never find your gold on a sandy beach, and you'd never drill for oil on a city street. I know you're looking for a ruby in a mountain of rocks, but there ain't no coup de vie waiting at the bottom of a Cracker Jack box. I cannot lie, I cannot tell you that I'm something that I'm not. No matter how I try, I'll never be able to give you something that I just have not got. There's only one man I'll ever love. That was a long time ago, and though I'll never get him out of my heart, he never loved me back. remember when he left me on that stormy night. He kissed me and got out of our bed. Though I pleaded and I begged him not to walk out that door, packed his things and went away. And he kept on telling me, he kept on telling me, he kept on telling me, I loved you, I need you, but there ain't no way I'm ever gonna love you. But don't be sad, 'cause 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I want you, I need you, but there ain't no way I'm ever gonna love you. But don't be sad, 'cause 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Baby, we could talk all night, but it ain't getting us nowhere. Okay, I'm going to introduce onto the stage now Steve Gamble, who not only can play guitars and ukuleles, but he can build them and repair them and do all sorts of things with them as well. So I'm looking forward to this. Welcome him onto the stage, please. Thank you.
Yeah, you can find me on Spotify and social media, etc. as Wyatt Riot. This here is Mr. Sheen, in case you hadn't noticed. And we all know why he's there, because Woody Guthrie said, Mr. Sheen kills fascists. So, I'll crack on, because I haven't got much time. This song's called Madam Guillotine. The barrel boys of Blighty have spent too long in the sun. Burnham blinded, Brexit, hog roast, well and truly done. And England expects what England gets, but not what England needs. 5 more years of austerity, 5 more years of greed. School, they told us stories of a land of hope and glory. Now the silver's all been sold up by a band of hopeless stories. How is it we're still governed by cousins of the Queen? Perhaps it's time to remind them all of Madame Guillotine. The sky's all dark with bombers in some far-off foreign part. Keep terror on the front page and fear in England's hearts. Refugees brought to their knees all wash up on our shore. There's no money here to take them in, but always plenty for waging war. School, they told us stories of a land of hope and glory. Now the silver's all been sold off by a band of hope and story. They're lining their own pockets, they think we haven't seen. Perhaps it's time to remind them all of Madame Guillotine. Loading my belongings into my chariot of fire. whilst Jerusalem gets bulldozed and surrounded in barbed wire. I'm heading for the mountains green, for the clouded hills, while spiraling bastards by flat sand shares in the old satanic mills. So they told us stories of a land of hope and glory. Now the silver's all been sold up by a band of hopeless stories. How is it we're still governed by cousins of the Queen? Perhaps it's time to remind them all of Madame Guillotine. Cheers, thanks a lot. There's a bit of Northern Soul here for Joe. Waiting at the station, I've been waiting on a train. Practicing my patience, I've been polishing my pain. Waiting for the lights to change from red to gold to green. Waiting for my chance to shine, I've been waiting on my scene. Stand up, stand up. Waiting for the phone to ring, I've been waiting on a sign. Waiting for the keys to the new kingdom to be mine. Believe the time has come at last, if not it's drawing near. To get streetwise, to mobilize, to get my class in gear. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Don't you know there's no more time for tears? Time to see the world for what it is. Shake off the chains of shame and celebrate. Free your mind before the fakers seal your fate. Stand up for the powerless, stand up, press, stand up for the nurses in the NHS, stand up for the workers on 0 hours, stand up, all together we have the power, stand up for the students and the dispossessed, stand up for your rights to protest, stand up for whistleblowers and refugees, stand up all together for democracy, stand up for your human and your union rights, stand up for a friend who's afraid to fight, stand up for the rabble and the kettle crowd, stand up all together we have the power to stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Cheers. All right, scary time. Right, never played this one before, so wish me luck. When I say I've never played it before, I played it in my cellar, in my front room, but I played it to other people before. So I wrote this for Donald Trump, but it applies equally to Boris. Forgive me, oh, thou great Redeemer. Am I not the chosen one? Now open up the gates of heaven and welcome up your second son. All my life I've been your servant, and I've taken all I can take, for it was there, all mine for taking. Now take me up, for heaven's sake. I took the land, I took the water, I took the forest, I took the sky. I sold all of them for profit, and gold I worshipped under his eye. Give me all thou great Redeemer. Am I not the chosen one? Open up the gates of heaven. Welcome up your second son. The land is scorched, water poison. The fire is laid low, the sky is black. Though I own all the gold in heaven, the whole world begs me, give it back. The people all to me were slaves. I own them each and every one. So tell me, why did they not love me? Did they not see your second son? Forgive me, oh, thou great Redeemer. Am I not the chosen one? Open up the gates of heaven. Welcome up your second son. Now there are chains upon my ankles. There are locks upon my door. There are bars upon my window. Just a pallet on my floor. I have bread, I have water, nothing more, should I ask? There is sunlight in the morning, but in the darkness do I fast. Forgive me, oh, thou great Redeemer. Am I not the chosen one? Open up the gates of heaven. Welcome up your second son. Yeah, welcome up your second son. Thank you. Apparently, I stole the tune from what was it? The Wayfaring Stranger, I think. I didn't know that when I stole it, so it wasn't deliberate. I shouldn't say that, really, should I?
We were all waiting for the chorus to come to join in.
Right. Here's a song I wrote for Johnny Cash, but he's not returning my phone calls. When I was a small boy with my brothers, I would fight over toys and sweet argue morning until night. When the screaming got too loud, my mom will come in and say, if you boys refuse to share, we'll take your toys away. Share Take just what you need and we can all live happily if you just share, if you just share. Now that I am all grown up, the lesson is well learned. Work hard and pay fair taxes on the money that you earn. Build houses, roads and railways, hospitals and schools. Look after young and old, a fair society for all. Share, share. Take just what you need and we can all live happily if you just share, if you just share. Oligarchs and bankers, heads of state and CEOs, look down from your ivory towers at the poverty below. Listen to my warning, take heed for it's a fact. If you boys refuse to share, we'll rise up and take the whole lot back. Share, share. Take just what you need and we can all live happily if you just share, if you just share. Take just what you need or we'll occupy your greed if you don't share, if you don't share. Thank you.
Steve Gamble will be. Those of us who are here, we'll be hearing some more of him in the second half, okay? But now it's time for us to, if we have a little shuffle here, we're going to introduce Joe Solo onto the stage here, which is rather marvelous. So say thank you, Steve, and welcome, Joe. Yay.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Hey. You have to bear with me while I strap myself in.
Yes. Wrong venue.
It's good to finally get to play this show because I think this is the third time Clive has booked it. But thank you for turning out anyway to see us on a school night. Because it's a 12-hour round trip in my car and it would have been a bit lonely to have had an empty room when I got here. Thank you. I think the polite word for the way I perform is it's pretty physical. So it's probably just as well for you guys there that there's a perspex screen here. I'm kind of a little bit worried that as a visual spectacle it's going to get pretty messy because the inside of this is just going to be covered in my spittle. I'm a COVID nightmare. but we'll do our best. I've also made the mistake of sitting on a slidey chair in shiny trousers. Anyway, I'm Joe Solo. Nice to meet you all. And hello at home, whichever camera it is that's looking at us right now. Okay. I've been banging my head against the brick wall all day. And what's left of my soul is slowly wasting away. But I ain't gonna die here alone in the gloom. I'm gonna start a revolution in an empty room. Gonna sing out to a la la, yeah, to a la la. And put my best foot forward, brother, come on, mate. And maybe only me and my shadow in the light of the moon. But I can start a revolution in an empty room. Watch me go now. But it don't mean nothing unless you shout it out loud to four corners of silence or the cries of the crowd. See, we know something's wrong here, and yet we all just assume. Can't start a revolution in an empty room, but we can now. To-la-la, yeah, to-la-la. Put your best foot forward, sister, come on, man. And maybe only you and your shadow in the light of the moon. But you can start a revolution in an empty room, in an empty room, in an empty room. I ain't gonna sit and waste away in that gloom of an empty room, of an empty room. I ain't gonna la, yeah, to-la-la. Put your best foot forward, brother, come on, mate. Then maybe only you and your shadow, that is me and mine too. We can start that revolution in an empty room. Okay, now, Morag mentioned in the introduction that this is for We Shall Overcome. Now, We Shall Overcome is like an artist-led national community support network, basically. We just raise money for causes in the town that we're playing in that helps keep people fed and watered and hopefully, you know, back on track, because life's getting hard out there if you're at the sharp end of all this, and anything we can do to help, we will do. The lady that's at the centre of what we do is a lady called Pauline Town. I think some of you probably know her on social media. If you don't, look her up. It'll change your life. She basically runs what was a pub in Ashton-under-Lyne and is now a drop-in centre for anybody who needs anything. She has a motto that is, if I have to save the world one life at a time, then that's what I'm going to do. And so I wrote her this song. It's got a chorus. Is this a sort of singy kind of a venue? Is it normally, is it? Right, that's okay then. In that case, like a true professional, I'll signal the chorus from a long way off. And if you don't get it the first time, then I'll just signal it again and again until you do. While some are waiting for the spark to fire up their heart, she rolls up her sleeves and says, let's make a start. She says the poverty's a punishment that has no crime, and if I have to, I will save the world one life at a time. One life at a time, one life at a time. If I have to, I will save the world one life at a time. That bit's the chorus. It's got 4 lines in it, and 3 of them are the same. There are many ways you can still go wrong, but I'd urge you to give it a go anyway. Because you discover something magical about yourselves when you sing a chorus, and that is that your little voice on its own, right? That kind of becomes exponentially greater when other people's voices join in. And it's a giant metaphor for socialism, but I can't be asked to go through that right now. Anyway, wait. Like this. One life at a time, one life at a time. If I have to, I will save the world one life at a time. One more go. One life at a time, one life at a time. If I have to, I will save the world one life at a time. She said a lot of good people gonna die out there, and all to feed the greed of them who never care. And yeah, down it I might well look like it's a mountain to climb, but if I have to, I will save the world one life at a time. One life at a time, one life at a time. If I have to, I will save the world one life at a time. One life at a time, one life at a time. If I have to, I will save the world one life at a time. Hey! I just can't bear to see good people going without, and I've every right to stand and fight, to scream and to shout. You see, the first to justify it is the last to care, and I may not have done much, but what I got I will share. And with that, she disappeared out there into the dark, to spread the love she's got inside a big, big heart. And remember, if your mountain seems too steep to climb, you can always try to save the world one life at a time. One life at a time, one life at a time. If I have to, I will save the world one life at a time. One life at a time, one life at a time. If I have to, I will save the world one life at a time. Yeah, if I have to, I will save the world one life at a time. Thank you.
Thank you. He's not finished. I'm just talking to the people at home at the moment, and I hope you're enjoying it as much as we are. And can you please consider donating, if you possibly can, to We Shall Overcome, because it's a great, great organisation. They do wonderful things, and that was a great song to do it on, eh? Especially all you people who've just come in from the pub. Why not? Why not? Why you're feeling a bit garrulous, you know? Yeah, great, thank you. And also, you know, he's come all this way from somewhere ridiculous.
Somewhere ridiculous?
Yeah,
No more ridiculous than Margate.
No, I don't mean that. I mean a ridiculous journey. A ridiculous journey. Well, I mean, actually, I'm saying no more. I rest my case, yeah. Okay. Please, if you can, donate. Thank you. Carry on.
Okay. Yeah, I'll you know, just loads of people from Scarborough are going to come down here on holiday now and really look out for yous.
That's fine. We're on a bed and breakfast here.
Excellent.
We can cope.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can cope. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're ready for them.
Ready for them with a full English. The reason not everybody helps people one life at a time in the way that many of us would which society was run, is that we are controlled by a series of mechanisms that we kind of know are there, but even the people that know they're there kind of powerless to prevent them, because it works on so many levels and so many layers that it gets inside your head and makes you think things that aren't true are real. And it's the job of artists to kind of dissect society and hold mirrors up to it and things like that. And sometimes you have to be right clever about that, and sometimes you just have to get a bloody big sledgehammer out and write a song like this. This is called Old Empire Island. It's about all the various ways in which society works against us, and we can never see the bigger picture until it's too late. "45 more men, women and children died fleeing a war zone last night, while some bloke who panicked bought 300 bog rolls says they should have stayed there to fight. And upstairs the son of his father hawks hate tweeting under some dumb made up name. Behold the foot soldiers of old Empire Island who shoot before they've taken him. In the dinghy the desperate child clings to mother who cries at the fair sight of land, while the cameramen shoot the reporters who use the word migrant as much as they can. And there on the shoreline the Union Jack junkies are getting their fix from the sun. A line of foot soldiers for old Empire Island who march to the beat of its drum. One more needless corpse and one more needless coffin is lowered down into the ground, while inside the leaders who cut and then cut tell us there's not enough to go around. And huddled in doorways the hungry and desperate can't get their words out for tears. All of them silenced by old Empire Island, drowned by the sound of the jeers. Somebody stands up to speak and he says there's a reason that this is our lot. And if you wanna know why we're poor, then don't look at the dinghy, look at the yacht. But inside the draw plans for tomorrow, while the poor they still pass them the pen. An old Empire Island ships bombs to the war zone, and the whole thing starts over again. 45 more men, women and children died fleeing a war zone last night. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna try something that is wholly unprofessional, and that is a song that I only finished writing yesterday. And it always seems like a good idea. But in reality, it's an appallingly stupid decision to make until you've actually learned how to do it. Because the best advice you can ever give a performer is just rehearse and rehearse and rehearse and rehearse until you're absolutely sick of it. Because then you can play the song no matter what happens to you. I was once playing a song where outside there was two gentlemen falling out, and one pushed the other one through a glass window and landed on the dance floor in front of me, and I didn't stop playing because the song was in my head and I was just going to do what I was programmed to do. But unfortunately, it's not going to take much to throw me of this one, because I've not even put it on paper yet. It is literally all in my head. And now I've given you that introduction, there's no way I can back out. So, there it goes. It is, though. They've always got to be played once the first time, and sometimes you need to scare yourself into being all right at it.
No, I was thinking it was a challenge for the people in the front row.
Oh, it's definitely going to be a challenge for them. They might have to finish the lines off themselves. Anyway.
What would Woody Guthrie do? If you said you'd had enough? I think he'd turn his back on you. And say you think you got it tough. Well, I bore that load down an old and dusty road. What would Pete Seeger do? If you sang no more songs? I think he'd sing a few to you. And say these words righted wrongs, and yours do the same. You're the keeper of that flame. What would your hill say? What would your hill say? If you just gave up now and called it a day, what would your hill say? What would your hill say? If you'd had enough now and you walked away, what would your hill say? What would Victor Haddad do? Do you think he'd understand? Or would he say to sing your truth and let it ring across this land? 'Cause if someone tries, my spirit never dies. What would your hill say? What would your hill say? If you just gave up now and called it a day, what would your hill If you turn your back now and you walked away, what would your hair say? What would Fred Hampton do? If you told him no one cared? I think he'd turn that look on you and tell you, where you see despair, I see a place to start, and you must take heart. What would your hill say? What would your hill say if you just gave up now and you walked away? What would your hill say? What would your hill say? He'd say to get up and find a way. That's what Joe would say. 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 That's what Joe would say.
Oh, we got to the end. Morag, am I 2 songs away from the end of this set?
I think you are.
I think I am, right? Okay. I thought I'd better check in that, you know, like some artists like have a slick little, like, sort of hand signal thing? Nah, I'm shit at that stuff. I just thought I'd ask. This is a song. I wrote this while watching Pauline. I went to the station to make 100 sandwiches on December the 1st. And because Pauline gives out 100 packed lunches every day, 100 plus, sometimes up to 140 plus. So every now and then I travel over there and I make sarnies, and so I've got repetitive strain in chat. I sleep like that. But she talks to people on the door, and she gives out these lunches, and she really talks to people like working class people talk to each other, you know. She adjusts herself to the individual needs of everybody who appears on that doorstep. Everybody's got a name, they're not a number, and it's such a refreshing thing, you know, because the bureaucratization of poverty is a really crushingly impersonal, horrible thing that demeans people and makes matters worse. And what Pauline does is just talk across to people like Joe Strummer taught us to, whether they be king or beggar. You don't talk up and you don't talk down, you look them in the eye. Right? And I wrote this song for it. It's called Magic.
It was magic how you held that girl and gave her back some pride. How she answers to her name again and feels some warmth inside. It was magic how you helped her walk when she could barely crawl. But the magic in that magic is, it's not magic at all. It was magic how you helped that man and him down on his knees. How you put a twinkle in his eye, how his pains began to ease. It was magic how you'd raised him up when life had let him fall. But the magic in that magic is, it's not magic at all. The magic in that magic is, it's not magic at all.
Okay. Right, so I'm going to sing one last song before we wrap up this half, and I think we then say goodbye to the YouTube people.
Well,
the YouTube people.
Joe, you sing.
Been reading too many comics.
Joe, you've got one before the raffle and one after the raffle.
One before the raffle and one after.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sort of like a raffle sandwich.
Ooh. Now it makes my set list choices difficult then. Okay.
Punk rock.
Okay, I'll give you some punk rock. We'll go for some a bit more lively, shall we? Okay, this is a song about the people who disrupt our lives when they're protesting. It goes out to anybody who's trying to fight the current bill going through. I know it was rejected by the Lords, wasn't it? But it's only a matter of time before they accept it. They were just doing it for the papers. The right to protest and the right to fight things when they're wrong, it should be absolutely written into democracy. If you can't fight anything, then the rule is from the top straight away. It's a very bedrock of democracy, is the right to protest. And I don't mind it when life gets disrupted, when people get in the way. I think it's important that they do, because we walk like zombies through our lives. We think it's all right to do what we do because other people do it and because our boss tells us to do it. But in reality, we are collectively guilty of destroying the planet and destroying society and destroying our relationships with each other. We do that as a matter of course because we think it's acceptable to do that, and it isn't. And anything that knocks us off that kind of course a little bit, even for a couple of hours, is a good thing. So this is a song called Trouble. It was called The Right Kind of Trouble, and then I thought fascists might co-opt it, so I gave it some meatloaf brackets. It's called The Right Kind of Trouble is the left kind of trouble to me. So the chorus is basically you going, "We're the right kind of trouble." So if you fancy shouting that in as punk a rock away as you fancy, then it kind of goes like this. I go, "Look out, here comes trouble," yeah, and you go, "But we're the right kind of trouble, the right kind of trouble." That sound fun? It's certainly fun here, but then I'm behind a plastic shield. So we'll have a little go at it, and then please join in. Feel free. So here we go. It goes, "Look out, here comes trouble, yeah, but we're the right kind of trouble, the right kind of trouble, yeah. Look out, here comes trouble, yeah, but we're the right kind of trouble, the right kind of trouble, yeah. The kind of trouble's gonna make a better world one day, yeah. Look out, here comes trouble. Never understood what it meant. But the trouble seemed to follow me wherever I went. I'm not mad, I'm not bad, I'm not dangerous to know. And so I never understood
understood why the trouble had to follow me wherever I go. So look out, here comes trouble, yeah. But with the right kind of trouble, the right kind of trouble, yeah. Look out, here comes trouble, yeah. But with the right kind of trouble, the right kind of trouble, yeah. Right kind of trouble's gonna make a better world one day. Look out, here comes trouble. I did that over and over again. But it seemed to me, as far as I could see, most of the trouble was them. I'm not mad, I'm not bad, I sure don't mean any harm. But I was born into a whole world of trouble, and I'm only trying to sound the alarm. So look out, here comes trouble, yeah. But with the right kind of trouble, the right kind of trouble, yeah. Look out, here comes trouble, yeah. But with the right kind of trouble, the right kind of trouble, yeah. Right kind of trouble is the left kind of trouble in me, yeah. Look out, here comes trouble. You're damn right that I am. See, all along, if I've seen that something's wrong, well, I've done the best that I can. I'm not mad, I'm not bad, I'm not dangerous to know. But gotta warn you now that my trouble's gonna follow you wherever you go. So look out, here comes trouble, yeah. But with the right kind of trouble, the right kind of trouble, yeah. Look out, here comes trouble, yeah. But with the right kind of trouble, the right kind of trouble, yeah. Right kind of trouble's gonna make a better world, yeah. The kind of trouble's gonna make a better world, yeah. The kind of trouble's gonna make a better world one day.
Hey, thank you for that. I have to admit that when I wrote down the set list, I wasn't anticipating the next track would be Raffle. But, you know, this is the way we roll.
This is just the way this rock and roll, isn't it?
Exactly that.
Yeah. Right. Would you? This is what you've all come for. Would you like to pull the first? Missed.
Just so that nobody knows.
Right. Read it out.
Alan Curry.
Hey, Alan. Yeah, go on. You've won a CD, right? And for the coveted toilet roll.
Coveted toilet roll. Una.
Una, for goodness sake, that's the third time you've won the toilet roll. Yeah. Can't you buy your own? Yeah.
You must be allowed.
That's great.
The
Okay.
third time Una's won the toilet
It
roll.
is, yes. Yeah.
I think it did feel a bit warmer than the other tickets.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, I think, yeah. Funny. Yeah, okay. Right, back to Joe Solo for his last song. Yeah. Without the long introduction.
And I'm so glad it wasn't one of them 37-round raffles.
No, they're dreadful, aren't they?
Oh, they are. They take a bit. I know they raise a lot of money, and that's a good thing, but really, by the time you get to the Lily of the Valley talcum powder at the end, right, every once in a while, political songwriters, I think, were duly obliged to write a State of the Nation song. And this is my kind of State of the Nation song. I think we are in the mess we're in, partly because the left has lost its ability to understand what the left actually is. I know that's controversial, but really, you should be able to talk about Marx and somebody not bring up Groucho, I think, sometimes. And then, if you say something detrimental about Groucho, have you flayed in public by Hope Not Hate for being anti-Semitic? The right, this is a song called "Goodnight England," and yeah, it's a State of the Nation address. It's a whole bunch of things that we get wrong, and a plea for some kind of sanity to fall upon this land.
Sprung from 1984 to double think the new class war, with the tweeting alt-right keeping score while the liberals wring their hands. The fascists win the same old race to wave your flag up in your face and keep all class enemies in place, 'cause they'll never understand. As Brexit rolls in on the tide to scream its bollocks from both sides, the coconuts now run the shy and the whole world's taking him. But them who really own the stall have pulled the wool and fooled you all. They've rigged the shares so rise or fall, they profit anyway. But it's you who drew the master plan with your hashtag short attention span. It's can we fix it? 'Cause they can, 'cause you let them deal your hand. You didn't think and didn't think twice. You sold your soul and named your price. Went nice to see you nice. Oh, good night, England. Good night, England. Britons never shall be slaves rings a note so high it's off the staves. As dogs back Max 10's in his grave and the left sleep at the wheel. Their chauffeur drives them the wrong way up a new not too smart motorway, while the workers scream get out the way and queue for a happy meal. And to our leader raise a toast. He'll represent who pays the most and always be first past the post, and you'll always come in last. As the bulldog dozes in the shade next to the stinking pile he made in old John Bullshit's new arcade, putting pennies in the past. There's a butcher's apron, 1 for 2. It's stained with red and white and blue. Made in China, shipped to you, and you hold it in your hand. You raise it proud, you raise it high. This thing that bleeds your country dry. Don't know if I should laugh or cry, but good night, England. Good night, England. Never could your darkest dreams have conjured someone to your screens who knows what exponential means, but who'd sacrifice the head. And history will judge the fall of this empire that had the gall to slash and burn, destroy it all, and who never even cared. It'd change at the drop of a hat if someone made an app for that. But until that day, sit where you sat and ordering the beers. As hate and lies they zig and zag from telly screen and daily rag, but wrap it all up in a flag and everybody cheers. So kick and scream and drink and fight as if 1,000 wrongs might make a right. I don't know how you sleep at night, and I'll never understand. I'm no celebrity, it's clear, but for God's sake, get me out of here. You're welcome to your hate and fear. Oh, good night, England. Good night, England. Yeah, each day I wake up and fight, maybe sometimes out of spite, but I still think we could get it right. Good morning, England. Thank you.
Fabulous song, fabulous song. Joe, where can people at home get your CDs from?
From my Bandcamp site at joesolomusic.bandcamp.com.
Fabulous, good. And so thank you, Joe. Thank you. It's really, really good. And Steve, where can people get your T-shirts from?
Find me on Facebook and send me
Facebook.
a message. I've got lovely Don't Vote Tory T-shirts or Scatter My Ashes on Fascist and Stashes T-shirts. They're going down
Super.
particularly well.
Yeah. Did you hear that? He has T-shirts. If you want to see them, go to his Facebook page, Steve Gamble. Okay. Thank you very much. What a wonderful first half. Brilliant. I'm sorry you lot have to leave us. I'd just like to thank the live streaming director, Roger, the sound engineer, John, and his assistant, Grace. Best boy, auto cue and photos, Phil. And cameras and lighting, Christopher. Social media, Lizzie and Danny. Donations and chat, Sandra. And in her pinny at the bar with a load of toilet rolls, Una! But of course, we have to really thank Clive Armstrong for arranging all of this, because it wasn't anything to do with me. Thank you. Thank you, Clive Armstrong. On Saturday evening, we have an open mic here, a Robert Burns open mic with Haggis. If you'd like to come to that, it's not being live streamed, so you've got to come or miss it. Next week, we have Sophie Crawford, who is a great, great singer. Has anybody heard Sophie Crawford? She's been on Facebook quite a lot, just recently with George Sansom from Granny's Attic. And she and George have set up Queer Folk, which is a new sort of organisation to try and raise the profile of queer folk people, which I think is desperately needed, really. And she's here next Thursday. She's got a gorgeous, gorgeous voice. Please come and see her. And we have on the February the 10th, we have Josh Flowers, who has really quirky, funny songs. Do you remember him? He was here before. He's got one that's You Only Love Me for the Car I Drive. Yeah, that's all, yes. And Anna Weston will be here that evening. I don't know whether you remember Anna Weston. She's going to do a floor song that evening, so that'll be great. So thank you to Joe Solo, to Steve Gamble. Thank you to everybody. Thank you for all supporting us, and we'll see you again next week. Thank you very much. Bye. My name's Maureen Butler. See you soon. Bye.